Yeah, and get her more thinking about focusing on the middle of the arena than I'm going to get her into the perfect frame immediately. You know what I mean? You're a trainer, you're a Band-Aid rider like the rest of us. We know how to hide a problem, right? But what you want to do in a training situation, if possible, is work through a problem, you know? Exactly like what you're doing right there, thinking about pushing her into the outside rein and then having your outside rein for a little control that she doesn't then over-leg you, right? Get a rhythm in the walk, easy. That's totally understandable, but think still about the quality of that transition, even with the idea of not letting her get 1,000,000 miles an hour in the trot, you know? As many transitions as you need to do, but I will pick on you if they're not the best quality possible. Again, not because you can fix it that moment, but just because you'll need to look on your video and look through it and watch and think about it for next time, you know? Good. And helping her come, just thinking a little about the bend, looking to the inside. I always feel when a horse gets relaxed in their back, swinging over their back, then they're much less likely to get busy in the head, especially the Andy breeds, you know? The Andy mixes and PREs in general. Already better. Good. Good. She is just cute as a bug, man. Okay, let's go the other way a little bit. I like these slightly bigger patterns, nothing too tight, you know? Maybe that was even a little too tight for the beginning, huh? She had a little protest, right? Got a little distracted, a little bit too up with her head. There you go, good. And absolutely, anytime you think you need a, so cute with the dog, you need a down transition to regain control, go for it. And you can, yeah, use a little bit of bend in that down transition, absolutely. But always keeping in mind that if you're using that little extra bend to put her into the outside rein, she's not allowed to fall too much to the outside, right? Sometimes she's gonna fall out the outside rein and then you're in trouble because then you're not protecting her from the outside, you know, with that outside hand. Babble, right? Yeah, so much better. Love it. And then as you're getting her brain tuned in, you can start thinking, just like you are, thinking about the rhythm, relaxation, the consistency of it all, right? They kind of start to chug along, motor along. Really nice. Why don't we venture to a little bit bigger area than just the circle now? If she starts to lose focus or get concerned, we'll go back onto the smaller area. Good. I like that leading rein for babies and for schooling. It's not so great for showing, right? That leading inside rein. It's certainly better than a indirect inside rein, my nemesis. No, yeah, exactly. Oh my God, right? Good. Okay, I'm gonna pick on you about position a little bit. Your shoulders are back a little too forward. We want them back a little more, okay? Yeah, get her refocused. Do a circle if you need to. What's wrong with your belly?
Oh, no, that's probably not.
Oh, okay. Good. How cute. Andalusian Welsh Cob mare. Just cute as can be.
A lot of energy.
Well, she's half Andalusian. She'll go all day. There you go. Okay, I'm liking it. I picked on your position. Now I think you're keeping the shoulders a little more back. I know. I do it. I know. I know that feeling. It's a problem, right? Okay, and let's go back into the walk, go a little the other direction. Think about the quality of the transition. If she's gonna be distracted, yeah, you're gonna have to work even harder to keep her focused. How cute is this dog? This is Joe. Joe? Yeah. Let's go a little the other direction. Rhythm in the walk, clear rhythm. Follow from your hands when you have that clear rhythm. She's a busybody. Seems really non-violent though. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Just busy. Yeah, there you go. I actually like that a little better. When you weren't even thinking about her. I mean, I don't want her nose that far out all the time, but did you feel the walk change there? Yeah, interesting, huh? Exactly. They really do mimic what we do, don't they? Sorry about this loud crackle in your ears from the wind. Sometimes it makes the headset cut out. All right. My trainer would call that a hope and a pray transition. You just hope that the horse goes into the trot okay. There wasn't really enough preparation. Or maybe you didn't even ask for the trot and you just kind of let her do it once she started to. Well, there you go. It's on you then. And I say a hope and a pray because to me, I'm like, oh, she's starting to shorten her reins. Maybe eventually she's going to think trot, and then boom, you're already in it. You know? She's a smart little sucker. Yeah, those horses just came out of nowhere. That's always fun, isn't it? Well, she doesn't know that. She's like, I'll think it might be perfect for me to play with them. So let's see, a little preparation into the trot. I'm not saying you're going to end up with now suddenly the perfect trot transition, but I want it to be your habit to think about kind of the prep and then the quality of the, already better. And then you can think about recovering after the transition to keep the quality of the connection and start to improve the swing over the back, especially with all these distractions. I mean, we spare no expense here of creating distractions, right? I always say our horses go away to horse shows for a little relaxation because it's so busy here. Look at how darn cute she is. Really, really, really adorable. All right. I'm just dying to see the canter, so I think I'm going to ask for it soon. Maybe if you were going to be here and do a weeks of training all at once, I would not ask for canter right away when we kind of build up. But I'm dying to see it, so I'm going to be greedy. Only because she's not quite relaxed enough for you to probably get the best canter. But let's do everything we can, fit it all into this ride. Now you be conscious of those haunches swinging out in that smaller turn, okay? I love what you were thinking there, suppling the body, suppling in the neck. It was just right? But you let the haunches fall out, so you wasted a little bit of that suppling, okay? Oh, she's just so darn cute. I would stay on a circle for right now. And yeah, let her go in a slightly rounder frame. Absolutely. This is not a horse show, It's okay. Slightly lower frame is fine. Nice following with your seat. Make sure you're not in the back of the saddle. Make sure you get down into the bottom of the saddle with your seat. All right. All right. And those little corrections and that little softening in the hand, and then you sometimes have to give it a moment for her to just say, okay, I'll have to come up to you now. Lift her shoulder up to you, not to lift her head. All right, she is just cute as can be. Sometimes she drifts a little right? Yep, you're gonna have to keep on that a little bit. And you're correct, you're trying to get that bend, you're trying to get her supple, and sometimes she uses that body bend against you. She's falling out. Yeah, there you go. I don't mind her a little tiny bit lower. Absolutely, it's not a horse show. Yeah. I know, then you run the risk with that slightly lower frame. If she gets distracted, she's putting her head way up, right? Take the risk a little bit. Yeah, it's all right. Good. All right. Oh, she's adorable. And whenever you're ready, down transition, take a little time. Doesn't have to be rushed. If you need a bending line to help with the transition, you're hanging onto the inside rein too much. Yeah, you have to do more of that communication, control all that with the outside rein. I know you know that too. I'm like, I know, because I've seen you really control her well in a lot of circles, and then you got straight on that long side, and you do what we all do, and we go, oh gosh, she's starting to go downhill. I better hold on to that inside rein. She is just way too cute. Think about tempo. We're getting it just a little quick. I love that she's a little steadier around her. Uh-oh, is it falling out? We're gonna take a walk break anyway, so you can get her down into the walk and get all reorganized. These aren't the most ideal earbuds. Think about your transition, that she stays round. Love that you're thinking a smaller turn. Helping her to soften a little bit, but make sure you don't let her fall out the outside shoulder and all of that. Oh, that was really good. Nice to teach a trainer because they have a concept of outside rein. All my students, I'm like, you do realize you cannot just hang on an inside rein, because then I have to get on and fix it. And I might not be able to fix it well enough. Yeah, exactly. Indirect inside rein. Oh my God. You're right? And then they're like, why do they do the head tilt? Why are they falling on the shoulder? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, and then that follow from the elbow. Really good. It's fun as a trainer sometimes to go and spend a little time just thinking about yourself and your horse, huh? I'm always teaching other people, and then I go take a lesson. I'm like, oh my gosh, how did I get away with riding all week with my shoulder that down? I always have the right shoulder too far down and back. It's like my nemesis. I'm left-handed, so I always have my left arm forward, you know, just in life. I bring that arm forward because I'm always reaching for things, and so that's my go-to riding position. I'm doing it right now. Oh, she's just too cute. Oh, she sees that horse. So excited. All right, I think we can go back do a little bit more work, huh? I really want to see the right lead, Kim. The bean? Oh, that's not the bean, that's the wean.
It's the weaner.
You know that she stole the blue bell boots this morning? Monica did? Okay.
I didn't know.
Not you, you're innocent. That horse's Monica was the boot stealer. We've gotten a little too into fashion here. Literally everything has glitter. Bell boots have glitter.
Well, I'm glad I picked the right one.
Oh yeah, you did. That was really good. You're on the right track with that, you know, thinking about getting her kind of moving into that outside rein. And always be careful that you're in control of how much sideways she's going with that outside shoulder. I'm not saying you can never move it sideways. You know, you can never let it go to the left, never let it go out. But it's got to be really well controlled, and also not letting her throw the haunches out than when you go to a smaller circle or a smaller pattern, right? You want those hind legs to be coming under the body, supporting the front end, right? These are all little Andy things. So I'm like definitely watching out for it, so to speak, you know? I know, it's funny that I've gotten really into knowing about Andes, and I always tell everybody I don't know anything about him, and I'm like, well, that's definitely a lie at this point. Because I've had, you know, maybe 20 or 30 come through the barn, and, you know. And the Andy people, they keep their horse for 3 months, and then it goes to a huge show, and then they turn it out for a year. I'm like, what's the point? She's getting so much steadier, much more focused. But now we've got to work on you again. Yeah, exactly. Even that little twitch of the shoulder, you really relaxed you, huh? Good. And then we are going to do the canter this way, okay? Oh, that's quite a pretty horse that Stella has, huh? Wow. Very nice. A little glimpse that I saw. Okay, so whenever you're ready, take your time. Remember, it's always the preparation. That's a fine. I think you were right there. I think you failed to prepare enough. And remember, the transition's always the last thing to come. You know, you get to each gate, good quality, you know, trot and canter, and relaxed, focused, and then you can start improving the transitions, right? Swing your hips more than your shoulders. Ah, there you go. It's these little things, right? That make a big difference. Good. Remembering to do them on top of everything else. Okay. We've lost it all. Did we lose our earbuds?
Nope.
What did we lose?
I just
Our minds. Yeah, you lost your mind. That's okay.
You never get a good canter out of a bad trot.
That is so darn true. Good. Now get a good canter and don't lose the darn canter. And I'm going to tell you how you're going to not lose the canter. Hello. You're going to do a little less balancing on the inside rein. You already knew as I was saying it. And that doesn't mean you can never touch the inside, but you got to be really, really careful that you're not only balancing her on the inside rein, right? So easy to do. And then swinging your hips. Yeah, right? That little test. What's going to happen if I give a little on the inside? Hopefully not much. Good. And keep swinging those hips. There you go. You have very flexible hips. You just have to remember to use them, right? There's no issue. Good.
Saw my x-rays, you think differently.
I was just gonna say, half my clients have had their hips replaced. Poor things. Wow, that's getting to be a way more relaxed gait, huh? You're getting too excited with that right hand. I want a little bit less, bringing back a little bit less, giving forward. I want it a little more subtle, okay? Yeah, you're gonna lose your canter here. sit back a little bit. There you go. That became a bit of a struggle. I think you had a distraction issue. Your horse was a bit distracted. Now you can soften her sometimes on the right. Absolutely. Get a little flexion on the right. Get a little softening on the right. You just can't balance her whole body on the right, right? Train her to not balance her whole body on the inside rein. Good. And then when you're ready, a down transition. You're gonna have to soften her a little extra on the inside. Get her a slightly rounder. Think about your position and beautiful. Yeah, that was a little rounder. Yeah, see there, you weren't so scared to use your right rein. It's not that you can't ever use it. You just have to be conscious of not making it your only connection. Oh, she is just darn cute. And remember to turn your shoulders. And when you don't need to do a leading rein, don't. You know what I mean? I'm all about if you can do it and look all princessy and perfect and, you know, how a dressage rider, you think, oh, they're not doing anything. I'm like, I want to be that person. You know what I mean? When you can, have a correction, have an aid that's so subtle no one even sees it happen. When there's no other option, please use the leading rein, use the big correction, fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Always look for the moment where you don't have to. I want to pretend I'm Charlotte Dujardin. I want to pretend I'm Stephanie Peters, you know? I try. I can try. And that's by making my aids invisible. Oh, nice. Are we leg yielding over? Yay, go for it. Ask for a little bit more of the shoulder towards the rail. Yeah, now you can ask her shoulder to go a little towards that rail, absolutely. I think you can do that with a little more conviction. Go for it. She seems quite responsive. So point the shoulder where you want to go. And make sure you're asking with your leg when she can lift her inside leg, hind leg up and over and give you a response. Your hands came a little too back, right? And then you actually were then too kind and brought them too forward. Only a little correction. Little. You've got gobs of feel and you're quite eager and you get the job done. So fabulous, you know? Yeah. You keep swinging the hips. Boy, is she just adorable. And help bring her a little down. You started to maybe come back a little too much with your right rein. Did you feel that? And she goes, I don't think so, guys. I think you should try it one more time, really focusing on keeping that connection consistent, and then I want her to have a walk break, and we're gonna do it the other way. So it's all about maintaining that connection. She's gonna be very distracted because her friend is over here. It's very exciting. Ah.
Yeah, they better.
Oh, well, of course, they're best buds now, right? Why don't we try that one more time? And I like that you're not running off with her and then you have an ability to push her a little forward if you need to push her back into that connection, you know? Yeah, not too much of a give with the right hand, and I love that you're not taking back with it too much. Such a balancing act, isn't it? But what an improvement from when you first started today, you know? I'm like, okay, fine, she's not perfectly through in a trot, leg yield right now. She's so much further ahead than when you started, and this is at a new place. I think you should walk and reorder. I think that was already better than the last few that you did in some ways. Good. You know, sometimes we get a little bit greedy, like she got so much better in the circle patterns and that kind of work that we're like, oh, why isn't she perfect in the leg yield? And it's like, wait a second, let's rewind half an hour and be like, this is big, you know, this is great.
And this is
Yeah, she's, exactly, it's wonderful. Without losing the rhythm completely, losing the back completely. And we're gonna change direction and just do the leg yield the other way. That was a nice change, Bryce. Oh, I wasn't watching that carefully. Let's go the other way, yeah.
He's like, no, I have one, like, but now you can do.
Oh yeah, and you were in that big area. So this horse is so cute. He's a paint thing, quarter horse, reining mix of some, I don't know what, he's something. And he did eventing, and then the owner had him, and he's so wide, and she had bad hips. She had to have hip surgery. And so she couldn't ride him. So he was just kind of hanging out doing nothing forever. And then Bryce here just was like, well, he looks like fun. So she just randomly starts riding him. And now he's doing tempi changes. Like, all right, go with your bad self. Why not? Oh, and he loves to pee off. And he was kind of written off as crippled and done and all of that. And I mean, I didn't, you know, she didn't have him training with me. He just hung out at the barn. And it's like, all right, cool, man. I love it. She's using her back. Look at that. She's got a nice little over track. You want it, right? Carmen wants her. Carmen doesn't even know she wants her yet. Carmen doesn't even know. Carmen wants a pony. Yeah, exactly. What's your price range, do you know?
That's why I'm asking you for the price.
I know, see, that's a hard call. You've got pluses and minuses, you know? Safety, to me, as a buyer, safety is like number one, you know? And she's a cute mover. You know, the canter's still a little sprawled out, she hasn't gotten it figured out. She has a nice walk, so I feel like the canter will be organized. So I don't know. It's all about what a buyer will pay. I'm a terrible salesperson too. I'm always giving them away and getting them for free, so I'm a terrible one to ask. But it all depends on, in this little world down here, on show record, you know? Gotta have a little show record. So we're gonna do our leg yield this way, but you don't think you're gonna get away with doing a poor walk to trot transition that you did, so we gotta go back and do that again, I know. I wanted to make sure you had a good enough trot that you could do a good down transition before I even brought it up, because it was already too late to just kind of bring her back, you know, then you end up doing a bad trot walk transition too, you know. And help her come a little round, get her a little more focused, and then we're gonna try that trot transition again. And yeah, absolutely, move her a little sideways into the outside rein. Hi, Sherry. Oh, and her name is Star. I'm not kidding, her name is Star.
Joe.
Yep.
Chill.
Okay, so let's see you try
Good boy.
that trot transition. How are you gonna get down, little friend? Yeah. Okay. A little unsteady, but I'm happier with that, honestly. And there was a lot of preparation. You guys had kind of gotten focused on each other, you know? That's a good thing. And then we'll go straight ahead, see if you can't keep that connection and do a little leg yield on the next long side. Sherry. The dog. Joe. Joe. Keep your upper body back. If she's not on the bit, then we stay straight ahead. There's no rush to leg yield, you know what I mean? No. The horse over there coughing and farting. And keep your left thumb up after you shorten your rein, and let's try it again. A little lock in your shoulders. Yeah. There you go. Good. Good feel there. Keeping her a little bit steadier around her for that moment. Let's see if you can recreate that. Turn a little early. Doesn't have to be too early. I'm not so concerned about, how much she goes sideways as keeping the connection, keeping the quality of trot, Good. Just a little bit braced, right? So easy sideways, man. Wow. Let's try it one more time. I'm really interested in her staying slightly lower, rounder, right there. And be prepared that when you add legs, she might brace a little bit. That's so normal. Why wouldn't they? That's why I always think, well, why wouldn't they? I add a little leg and the horse goes, oh, it's more work, brace, And then you've got to work to make sure they get out of their own way, lift their back. There you go. And drop the neck slightly. It's always like, whenever I'm teaching a horse like a pee-off or anything where they really have to sit behind, they always put their head straight up, Help her come a little rounder. All right. One more try at that. Good. You're just a little tiny bit locked in your shoulders. It's already so much better. Yeah, keeping her there, helping her stay that round. Remember, it's schooling, it's not a horse show. It doesn't have to be perfect horse show frame, but I want her to be thinking, swinging over her back. Not such a neck bend that you end up with a little too much bracing. Let's post and let her bring her neck back down a little bit. Yeah, there you go. And try that again. I feel like maybe you were holding on a little too tight, too steady with the inside rein that she ended up shortening her neck. Yeah, you want her to come down to that bridle. Yeah. All right. Really good till the very end. I shouldn't have praised you. That's what always happens, right? Okay, let's give her one more try, and then I do want to reward her. I'm interested in seeing a center line at the end. Shoulders stay back. Yeah, little reward with the inside rein for a moment. There you go. Let's do a center line, and just straight on the center line. Turn your upper body without getting forward. Gosh, you do what I do. I get a little, yeah, exactly. I get where I'm pushing my shoulders forward instead of swinging my hips, right? Even in the post. Help her come slightly around her and track to the right at the end. I think you just need to keep your rides really focused on these things. You're gonna have a really cute pony, and I think you could probably price her maybe a little bit higher than even what I'm thinking right now, because she is adorable, you know? There, yeah, you wanna do large circles, see if she'll go into stretch? Really nice. Now let's start off from the contact. We set her up a little, unfortunately, with the other horse. I was so excited thinking about her, I forgot that horse was right there. Okay, our bad. It's not her fault. We'll shorten up the reins, get her over her back, get her back into working trot. Oh, there we go. You didn't even need to. She figured it out. But you know, it's fine. We'll take the blame. You know what I mean? We set her up there. That's fine. I know that. As a trainer, I know when I mess up. We love the horses. They're generally incredibly forgiving. Good. It'd be different if, you know, you gave the reins and she bolted off. Okay, that's, you know, that's on her a little bit. All right. Still maintaining a bit of a contact, a bit of a connection in the stretch that she doesn't have the freedom to pop her head up whenever she wants. She still needs to be in, you know, reaching down to the bit. And it doesn't have to be like curled or anything, but it does have to be reaching to a bit. And then let's pick her back up into the working trot. See if you can't get your hands staying in front of the saddle, shoulders back. Make sure your lower leg doesn't come back at all. All right, and walk. Think about that. Use the bend that you had so many great ideas at the beginning, and I don't want you to get lost in listening that you don't ride, you know? Use all of the exercises that you're comfortable with, absolutely. And that kind of getting her to not just run straight ahead into your hands is a great one, you know? Using that bend to your advantage. But I'm going to tell you, pay attention to where the haunches are when you do the bending. That she doesn't when you go into a smaller circle, which they were really nice smaller circles, except the haunches wanted to swing a little out. Just be a little conscious of that. What was that?
I should stay for 12, 18.
Probably. Maybe 12 would be your smallest right now, yeah. I like her. I like her. I think she's still kind of warming up a little. Is there any last thing that you want to work on? I'm really happy. Perfect. Let's do it. Let's do the very best quality transitions you can pull off. Spend as much time as you need to get her there. All right. Now, I'm not sure, okay, I was just gonna say, I'm not sure if you're posting or sitting, it's because you were preparing for the walk. But even still, decide, you know, you're gonna either sit those last few strides into the walk, or you're gonna stay posting all the way till the bitter end, you know, and having that kind of half post, half sit, it's kind of like, well, if I'm confused, I bet the horse is kind of like, well, what, you know, what does she want? You know what I mean? Keep it pretty clear. And that's an easy thing. I think I show a lot, so I want to always gear things towards what's going to look really not noticeable to the judge. The judge, I don't want the judge to see me. I want the judge to see the horse, and the judge to be happy with what they see. Right? If they notice me, I'm worried. Unless it's they notice my bling or something. I was a little too far forward with your upper body. You're like, oh, now what? Try it again. Check your, yeah, good. Oh, her friend, her new best friend. All right, yeah, using that bend, absolutely. Be a little bit more in charge right now. I think you're worried You don't want to do it wrong, so you get a little bit too still with your arms and you stop riding. I don't want to take away. You have, you know, so much feel and knowledge and understanding and all of that. Use that, you know, and just take what I say and layer it a little on top. You know what I mean? There's no way in one lesson we can like rewrite what we know about riding. So you have to go back to doing what you normally do with the horse, and just it's like a little sprinkling on top of all the other feel. You know what I mean? That's all we can do as riders. It's, you know, I have amateurs that will go and they'll do a clinic and they'll come home and they'll try and to the letter do what the clinician says. I'm like, good luck, because you know what? It would take you a year of riding with that clinician to be able to have those concepts completely make sense and replace the things you already know. There's no way, you know? And let's see another transition down. Good for not doing it yet. So why do you think she did that brace? To me, I think she was distracted and you didn't have enough inside leg into the outside rein on. Yeah, you weren't there for her. And she called you on it, man. Yeah, you gotta be there for her right now. You're gonna have to really guide her into that frame for a moment because there's a lot of distractions. And then into your walk. Keep that feel on the outside rein and back into your trot. I was trying to use the transition to see if she'd get a little more focused, and you know what? She stayed a little distracted, a little all over the place. There. Super timing. It wasn't the most perfect transition, but you really had a lot of feel, you know, to keep her with you and keep her focused. I think if you had done another little nudge with the reins, I think you would have pushed her away from the connection there. I think that was the best you could have done right then. And that's great sometimes, you know, the best you can do is going to help her for next time. Soften her a little bit. Follow with your body. Yeah, there you go. She's starting to get just a little bit tired, so we need to find a really, really, really good place to do a great transition, reward her, and then let it end on a great note. Watch the haunches don't fall out in that turn. So when I say make sure the haunches don't fall out, you know, it ends up becoming you kind of protect her. You were a little too nice from your elbows that time. Protect her haunches from falling out with keeping your outside leg maybe a tiny bit back, you know, and it's not like you have to be super active with it. Okay, so here you're gonna have to make sure, there, that was, oh, so close. That was so close. There's so many distractions, it's hard for her to stay with you, you know? There you go. Help her find that connection, stay in a little bit of bend. There you go, good idea for the smaller turn. And then soften her a little as you're asking for the transition. Just a little, there you go. A little keeping the neck slightly lower won't be such a bad thing. I think you can end it there. It's better, right? I'm not gonna say it's like perfect. I won't even necessarily say the word good because good means 8 in dressage. And it is good, I would say good, but you know, it's not good dressage speak. You wouldn't necessarily get an 8 on that transition yet.